Well, hi there everybody, it's Adam with webstarts.com, and today I'm going to show you how to create a CSS style button using WebStarts for your website. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do to this page, I've created a little website called Portland Locksmith, and I'm now going to create a button. And what I do is I start by just clicking on that insert box icon on my toolbar, and you can see that it inserted a box on my page. I clicked on it, and now I drag these little handles here to resize it, and now I'm going to fill it up with a color. So I chose this bright yellow. Yellow and red are colors that gather attention or garner attention, and I highly recommend them for using call to action buttons on your website, just like I have here. Now I've placed my button in my bottom right hand corner because I'm going to put some bullet points and things over here, and I want people to click here to get a free estimate or for emergency service or whatever, something like that. So the next thing that I'm going to do is make the corners of my button round, and I do that by clicking on this little cog and clicking on the rounded corners tab. I then can choose how round I want to make that button. I'm just going to put a little bit of roundness, 10 pixels to it. And then if you'd like, you can go ahead and go up to the box shadow button, and you can add both a vertical and a horizontal shadow. It's a little bit hard to see with this dark background, but if I change that color to like that bright red, you can see what a horizontal shadow looks like and what a vertical shadow looks like. I can then change the blur, and I can of course change the color like I did already, and the spread as well. But there is the basic outline for my button. Now if I want to add some text to my button, I just add a text box to my page by clicking on the text box option, and I quickly add my text there, and now I'm going to say click here for service. And I'm going to center that on my button, so I'm going to choose center. Go ahead and put that directly in the middle of the page, and of course I want this text to be a lot larger, so I'm going to increase the size. And then I can even add a little bit of effects if I want, like for example, click back on this cog, choose text shadow, and I'm going to put a little white text shadow on this, and I'm going to make that a vertical to text shadow. I'll add a little horizontal as well, and what you can do is see it looks a little embossed, but it gives it some depth and makes your button pop a little bit. So if I want, I can remove the border from this button, or I can of course change the border color or whatever. But that's about it. Now all I need to do is link this button by selecting the text and then clicking on the hyperlink tool, and then link it to whatever page I'd like it to go to. So for this example, I'm going to send it over to the contact page where I'm going to create a form. And one thing you'll want to remember to do is set your little rollover effects. When that button is hovered over, you see it indicates that it's a link with that line underneath of it. That's an option that you can choose to have or not have. It really doesn't matter. It's all about personal preference. So that is how you make a button using WebStarts, a CSS button. Don't forget to visit webstarts.com to build an entire website, super easy, just like this. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel to see more helpful videos, not only on how to design your website, but also on how to market your website and just be successful online.